Hi guys, welcome back to Julian's Gardens. I hope you're all doing well. In the video today, I want to show you how I divide saffron crocus, crocus sativus, and how I replant them and how I care for them. So the best time to dig them up when they are in dormant, after you plant them between 3 to 5 years, but also it depends on how well your saffron crocus establishes or multiplies. If you think they multiply a lot, and you might want to divide them between 2 years. Otherwise, if they are too clouded, they not bloom well. And make sure you divide them when you got the weather have been dry at least 1 or 2 weeks, so it can be very easy for you to identify them or also reduce chance of disease to the combs. So let's head to the area that I got the saffron crocus and let's talk about that. So here is my front yard, one side of the front yard, and I got the saffron crocus in this corner actually, and you can see that they don't look much at the moment because they are starting to go to dormant, but also I thought that I can divide them because not much of leaf on them anymore, not much of greens, and they are in this position quite a few years, 3 years already, and some of the clump they just getting so big and so clouded, so that's why they didn't flowering well this year. But also because I got this hedge, feature hedge in the front, so it just shade them quite a bit because saffron crocus they love full sun. Now before this hedge was much smaller, it was fine, all blooming very well. But now last season it getting much bigger, and so I thought that I gonna divide them and put them in the as a position because they need to divide anyways. And look at it. Now this one, I think I got 10 combs in these clumps, and maybe 7 or 8 combs in this one, and maybe this one about 10 or 12 combs as well. That could be too much for them. And I can see this one, look, I can see the bulbs like review, like okay, review guys it because before I did check them, so I just thought I'm gonna make this video and show you. And so yes, you can divide them between 3 and 5 years, but also if you think your comb did multiply a lot, you can just divide them between 2 years. So let's head to the area I want to replant them. Let me walk out here a little bit. So here is my round garden bed. I got 10 nice bush of roses in here. I will place them with the old rose I got last year because they didn't doing well, and the new one they doing much better. And so I just thought that I just replant the saffron crocus like between the roses in the front here. Before I just thought that I just grow annual, flowering annual, even in the winter, some pansies, something like that. But because I really want to keep the saffrons, because they are the most expensive spicy all in the world, and we love cooking with them, we love making things with them. So I just want to sacrifice without the pretty no flower to spill over the concrete edge like this. So I will just grow saffron crocus in between the roses. So crocus, saffron crocus, they love full sun between 6 to 8 hours. But if you have more sun, so they could be happier. But don't make sure you don't plant them in the shady area though, because they won't do well. They won't flowering well, or even they won't flower. They are hardy from zone 6 to 9. Doesn't mean that if you live in the colder zones that I live, you can't grow them. You can grow them. You just can overwinter them in the ground like I have here. You can just dig them up, or even you can grow them in the containers and store them away in the winter. And they try in very wide range of pH level, but they do best between 6 to 8 pH level, and they love well drainage because if you plant them in the wet area, their combs likely to get rotten. They don't need to be in the super rich soil, as long as it's got very good drainage and a thick layer of compost over 10 centimeter. They could be very happy. And they are perennial culms, and they need cold winter and it needs few frost in order for them to bloom successfully. Alright, let me dig them up to see how many combs I have. I think it could be better if you mark them, like when their leaves are still very much more green than this, and you should put a stick or anything to mark them. And when they are in dormant, if you want to divide them, that could be much easier, so you know where they are. And I think some of them they went to dormant completely already, and I can't really see where they are now. So let me dig them up to see how many I have here. So I just leave quite big of the room. Here you can see the bush here, and I dig maybe 10 centimeter apart from them and dig around so I don't damage the comb. Oh, maybe I should better get the bucket. Oh, look at it. Look at this. Wow, I have a lot. Only one clump. Look at that. Alright, next count to see how many I have. I have quite a bit of the big one. Look at that. So we got 3, 4, 5. So I got 136 combs. You consider 3 years ago I got only 12 combs. And some of them, they're really big. You can see they look very big, but the 36 combs at the end, they are quite little. So I will try to replant all the big one first. So here you can see I did try to lay them between 2 roses. You can kind of show you. You see this rose from this row, I think about 1 meter apart, and I laid them in here is about 10 combs, and I want they own the area here, just only the outer ones. And this garden bed, it got full sun from the early sunshine until late in the evening, so it's more than 8 hours. So if in the future the roses could go bigger and shading them a little bit, but they will still be fine because combs, they only need between 6 to 8 hours of sun. So after you dig the comb ups, they either look like one of this. So first you can see this one have no root on, nothing. That is fine, it's good, no problem. But this one, they have no problem at all. But when you buy it online or anyone to sell to you, they often take the root bit off. So that reduces the risk of the comb get rotten, and then they send them down to you. Yeah, so normally I do the same like that as well. I just take the root bit off and then I plant them in. So the flat bit, they go is facing down into the soil, and the pointy one is going up. So most of the time that they have no more leaf when they send to you, but in this case, I still a little bit leaf. It's fine, because they mostly they go dormant already. Make sure you check your comb carefully though, because you don't want any black spots on your combs or any combs they are squishy and soft, and you want your combs nice and firm. And you can see some of the combs here on the pointy bits, they are facing up, and the flat bit we lay them on the soils. And as I say, I normally plant them about 10 centimeter deep. And because later of the season, I know I always top a layer of compost for them at the end of the season as well, because like we want to feed them and every while, so to make them have a lot of nutrients and keep them happy. And let's talk to in this area, because I got some. You can see over here I got the drip irrigation for the mostly for the rows, because before in this garden bed I plant a lot of annual and herbs in this garden bed as well. But I think I'm gonna change the brown tubing into black tubing, and then I just put maybe 2 drippers around the root ball of each row bush, so the saffron they won't receive any water, because when they are in dormant like this, they don't need water at all. So I think that is a plan. I'm going to do it. I don't know when, maybe few more weeks I'm going to do that, but today I just going to plant on the most of the bulbs or the combs in. Saffron crocus do really well in my area, temperate climate, and don't mix up with the other type of crocus that they bloom in early spring. So saffron crocus, we plant them in spring and summer, and they bloom in autumn. They are super easy to care for. They look hot and dry when they are in dormant. Only water them when you see their leaves start to emerge, and then they start their growing season, and water them once a week if you don't have much rain in your area. And make sure you plant them deep enough and space them far away enough, between 10 centimeter deep and 15 centimeter far apart. I think that is very good size to placing them. Alright, so here what I have left, I think still around 50 combs left. And now I have to figure out where I'm gonna plant them in now. And so that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Oh, by the way, I want to show you something new in this area. So in this area, dream of my big pine tree in this corner there, I got it removed. And you can see so much have changed in the winter until spring now. I can't wait for them all in bloom. And look at the gems, always blooming throughout the winter as well. And here's a new thing I want to show you. So you see the path here. Before I just got few steps that my friend gave me, and after that I ordered some more. And now it kind of completely the path. And I really want to show you this. This is a Dutch Irish someone gifted me, and they have been blooming beautifully at the moment, and to contrast the color of the native plants. And I got another one to the other corner down there. You can see the purple a little bit bright down there. Can you see it? It's been blooming so beautiful with the bloodgood Japanese maple I planted into that corner. It's really pretty. And look at, I got something exciting as well. This is my crab apple and full of buds, and I can't wait for them to in bloom as well. And a lot of exciting going to happen next as well. You see all peonies roll, they're going to bloom as well. I'm so excited about that. So that's it. Oh, my black snake elderberry all starting to bloom too, and with the other type of elderberries. So that's it, and thank you for watching, and see you in next video. Bye bye.